Hey everybody, welcome back to Magic Orthodoxy. My name is David and this is a magic review. Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a part of the member section. Thanks for being a part of the faithful. That means a lot to me. I'm so glad you're here. Today we got a good one. Weiser wallet, right? Weiser wallet from Danny Weiser. So if you've seen the commercial for the Weiser wallet, you know that it's a Himber wallet, but it's also this flash change wallet. And I'm gonna throw out some video footage of me doing different flash changes. And the great part about this video is the sound has been removed because, as you can imagine, in some of these, there's a kind of audio sound of the wallet changing. And people have said that. People have said that there's a little bit of an audio sound to it. I'm gonna show you right now the way I would prefer to do it is just do it like that. You do it like that and there's no sound at all. But if you do it the way you see on the commercials, it sounds like this. That's really obvious, right? The other way to do it would be to perform it as a hybrid of the slow version and the fast version, and that would be to flip it up and down like that. And that was a change, even though you didn't see it as a change, but it did change. So in the trailer, it looks hyper visual. It looks like it's instantaneous, but I think the trailer's been sped up and the sound has been removed. I don't think the visual is that intense in real life. That to say, it's also a Himber wallet and can be used as a change wallet. And going forward, that's the way I use it. And I'm actually going to show you my Himber wallet routine at the end of this review. So the questions we always ask, what do you get? Of course, you get that nice little black box that says Weiser wallet. Inside, you get the wallet and you get the download code to the video. The video is only 12 minutes long. Yes. It's only 12 minutes long. So there's not a lot going on there. It's only $35, which is a great price for this. Usually magic wallets start at 40 or 45 or 50. And I think 35 is a great price for a nice Himber wallet that I think is a good size too. It doesn't feel too bulky and it doesn't feel too square. You know, I did a review for the Gentleman Jack a while back. That was a Himber wallet that I really enjoyed. I've now replaced my Gentleman Jack with this. So everything I was doing with Gentleman Jack, I now do with this because it's more rectangular shaped and it looks more like a wallet. Gentleman Jack didn't look like a wallet. It looked more like a weirdly shaped business card wallet. And even though Gentleman Jack used Post-it notes on one side that you could use for writing, there's a transparent window on the side of Weiser wallet, and I just stick the Post-it notes to the transparent window. So if I don't want to use the transparent window, and I don't a lot of times, I just use the Post-it notes on the side and I can use that for writing. So it ends up becoming a really good switch wallet. All right, so what's the overall quality and production value of the video? It's Paul from Vortex Magic, and like I said, it's really quick. There's not a lot here. He talks about how the wallet works. He talks about how to do the flash, that instant change, and then how to use that switch for a very simple prediction. And that's really the bulk of the video. At the end of it, he's gonna give you some little tips and advice things, and I'll just talk in code here. Because this wallet is so attractive, you can also use it as a change device like a Raven, and then there's some closing thoughts. Pocket space, let me show you again how this compares to my other wallets. Here it is with my Infinity wallet, which you can see, it's about the same rectangle shape. Here it is compared to the Viper, and then here it is compared to a deck of cards. All right, so here's a question. How are the angles? I already showed you that it's not exactly gonna do the flashy change like you see in the trailer, but there's another angle. There's another angle. Unlike a real Himber wallet is, and not, I don't mean a Z fold wallet, I don't mean a Z fold wallet, I mean a real Himber wallet. If you open up a real Himber wallet, you can't open it from the other side. Once it opens, it becomes locked. And it always looks the same no matter which way you open it. With this, it's not a true Himber wallet. There's actually a panel that's in the center. And that center panel is thick. And if you were to hold the wallet from the side, you would actually see it. So if you held it like this, they would know that it wasn't just a 2, which is supposed to, what it's supposed to look like. It's supposed to look like a bifold. There's actually another panel in the middle, and they would see that sticking out. So again, I'm going to show you, when I show you my performance at the bottom of this, how I keep that center panel hidden, but you kind of want to make sure your angles are straight on, or the thin angle of the wallet is facing towards your spectator. All that to say, can it be inspected? No. It's just like any other gimmicked Himber style wallet. I think if they played around with it, they're gonna find the secret to it quickly. All right, so how much practice does it require? I mean, there's not really any hard moves, right? There's no sleights to this. It's just figuring out, okay, I see where the angles are, or this is the right amount of force to use so that it doesn't make a loud banging noise, and you go from there. Set up and reset, of course, you want to dress your wallet to look the same in both stages, just like a Himber wallet. Depending on whether you're showing, side A or side B, you want to make it look identical. In my wallet right now, I've got a picture from Mark Spellman's The Gallery. I've got a fake $100 bill back here, and then my business card. Now these pockets are a little tight. They're almost too close to the right amount, and I did have to trim my business card down just a slight, just to get it in and out. But this is how the wallet looks on both panels. Another thing you can do is get a playing card, and I did something like this where I just cut a playing card in half, and then you could stick a playing card maybe off to the side like this. You might not want to do that because most people, what I see is they're putting the playing card in the window. So it doesn't really make sense to have a playing card up here and over here. The way I'm using this wallet is as a switch out device for a prediction. So I don't want any cards seen in my wallet when it's empty. Positives. All right, so what are the positives? I think if you're gonna do this on social media, then doing the flash change is great because then you can practice it a couple times until you get a nice clean change where they can't see anything moving, and you can remove the audio so they don't hear the bang. If you're gonna do it in real life, I would use it as a change wallet or a Himber wallet. Negatives, I already covered. It's loud when you do the flash change, and that center panel is visible, and you wanna keep that hidden. And is it worth my money? I think so. And like I said, it was 35 bucks, so I thought that was really super affordable. The only thing that kind of irritated me was, the fact that I had to wait so long to get it. Who would like this? I think people that collect wallets are gonna love it because it's in a nice price range. People that are looking for maybe a different style Himber wallet will like this too because, like I said, it looks more natural. It looks more like a real wallet. I also could see, that recent credit card trick that came out. You get 2 credit cards. You can stick the gimmicked credit card in one window and then flip it around and stick the ungimmicked in the other, and then the wallet will switch out the credit cards for you if people said, oh, can I inspect it? Now let's take this camera and turn it around, and let's walk you through how I set up my wallet and my performance. All right, so this is how I have my Weiser wallet set up. And come on, this is how we do it here. This is how we do it in the member section. I don't just give you reviews, I give you behind the scenes stuff. I give you my tips, I give you my advice. So this is why you wanna stay subscribed to this section. So here's what I have. And again, it doesn't have to be what you need, but I'm showing you, okay? So standard deck of cards, regular, nothing weird about it, okay? And this is the Gallery from Mark Spellman. I've got 2 cards out of the Gallery in the wallet, because I didn't really know what to do with the transparent part. And I've seen some people put like a card prediction in there or money. And then I always like to kind of load my wallet with more than I need. I wanted maybe a little bit more than just a regular, just one hit trick. So my Weiser wallet is set up to do 2 tricks. And the next trick after the card trick is this trick from the Gallery. I'm not really gonna expose that, but I'm just telling you that that's what I have, okay? Over on this side, I've got my business card. I did have to trim the edges down just a little bit, just a fraction, just so I could get it in and out. And there's a prediction on there. And then behind, right here, I have one of those fake $100 bills. And this is how the wallet will start, okay? It'll start in this position, just like this. And we won't use this, by the way. And it's the thin end of the wallet right here is facing towards the spectator, and that's the image I want them to see all the time, okay? So my wallet is just kind of set off to the side like this, come out with a standard deck of cards, okay? And what I'm gonna do is I kind of have a very Danny D. Ortiz kind of approach to this. I wanna make it all sloppy and just kind of casual with them. I want them to see that these cards could be in any order. So the first thing I do is I fan the cards out like this, and I just say, as you can see, every single card is different. There's no duplicates. And then as they're looking, I kind of do this up and down thing where I'm showing that I really don't care about the order either. And as I scoop them all up, I kind of push them all wonky and do this kind of number where you rotate and straighten them out. And then turn it over again, and I say, and they're not really in any order, and I just cut them down to the table in chunks, like that. Sloppy. Then I spin the whole thing over like that, and I ask them if they would like to cut the deck. They don't always, sometimes they do, but let's just say they do. It really doesn't matter because the Weiser wallet is going to do all the work for you. So just recap, and I say, okay, every card is different, and we've done a fair shuffle, and all I want you to do is just touch the back of any card, okay? So they touch the back of the card, and I start to pull it out, and I say, at this point, would you like to change your mind? Because I want you to be completely sure. If they say no, then we just go forward. Let's say they say yes. They say they want to change their mind. I say, okay, let's just see what you would have got. Oh, so you would have got the 8 of diamonds. This is kind of a nice setup because it's showing them they really could have got any card, right? So I almost kind of want them to change their mind just so they see this part of the trick, okay? But I'll put it back and they'll say, oh, I want, this card. I say, okay, let's just isolate this card and keep it away from the rest. And I lay it right on top of the thick part of the Weiser wallet, and I use one finger and I just flap it towards me like that, okay? Then I scoop all these up and I say, we'll just keep these cards separate from your card, okay? And I'm gonna put these back inside the box. And I make a lot of emphasis here because I want them to think that this, what I'm doing right now, is somehow part of the trick, even though it isn't. So I put them back in the box, and before I close it up, I say, see, nothing in my hands. I've got no cards in my hands right now, and I'm gonna show you that I'm closing this up, and there's no way I could get a card out of here, even if I wanted to. It's all locked up, right? And this is just time delay, right? This is just time delay, misdirection. Nothing's really going on here, I don't care. It's just a step away from what's going on over here, right? And I put this down. So at this point, I give them a choice, and I remind them they still haven't seen their card. And I say, I've also made a prediction, so I'm gonna let you decide how this goes forward. Would you like to see my prediction first, or would you like to see your card first? And then I repeat it. Again, would like to see my prediction first, or your card first. Most of the time, they're gonna ask to see the prediction first because they think that way, I'm already committed and I can't go back and change my mind. And I want them to say that. I want them to say, I want to see your prediction first. Here's what I do. The wallet is already activated. It's already done its little trick, but now I want to keep the thick part of the wallet still away from their eyesight. So here's what I'm gonna do. And I say, I'm going, nothing in my hands. I'm gonna go over and I grab it like this and I just lift. Now I cover the thick part of the wallet and I spin it around like this. So once again, the thin part is facing them, but it's now a new part of the wallet they've never seen before, but now this side is thin. So technically they feel like they've seen both sides ungimmicked, okay? And I lay it down and I take my finger, one finger, and I just push the card aside. And I say, we'll set that off to the side and we'll go to my prediction. And I pull my prediction out. And remember I said I wrote something on the prediction and it says, the 8 of clubs, the 8 of clubs. And I say, here's your card, and I let them turn it over. Because again, it keeps me hands off, lets them turn it over, they turn it over, and it's the 8 of clubs, okay? And that's just how I do it with the Himber side of the wallet. All right, that's everything I can say about the Weiser wallet from Danny Weiser, Vortex Magic. I bought mine from penguinmagic.com, and I would suggest you head there if you want to buy one too. Thanks, guys. See you next time. Bye. Hey, if you've been enjoying the content here on this channel, I've got something seriously exciting for you. For just $2 a month, that's right, less than a cup of coffee, you can become an official channel member and unlock a treasure trove of exclusive content. As a member, you'll get instant access to over 700 members-only videos. That's right, hundreds of hours of deep dives, behind-the-scene moments, bonus content, and more that you won't find anywhere else. It could be an extra magic review. It could be opening a box and showing you exactly what the gimmick looks like. It could be showing you the markings on a marked deck. There are head-to-head battles where I pit two similar tricks together. I'm going to show you my EDC, share my pattern for certain tricks, and I even have magic tutorials. Plus, it gets even better because I drop 2 brand new exclusive videos every single week just for members. That means the content never stops, and neither does the value that you're getting for just $2 a month. It's a simple way to support the channel and return to get more of the content that you already love and appreciate. So go ahead, hit that join button down below, and I'll see you on the inside.